Hello, beautiful soul. It's Karen here, and today I just want to sit with you for a moment and talk about something that we honestly don't think about very often, even though it's something we are doing every single second of our lives, and of course, that's breathing. More specifically, the quality of air we're breathing. We talk a lot about food and we talk a lot about mindset, supplements, healing, emotions, nervous system work, all of that. But air is actually the quiet foundation underneath everything else. Without breath, without oxygen, without supportive air, the body simply can't function the way it's designed to. Most of us are indoors far more than we realize. We're in offices, in bedrooms, in cars, treatment studios. And what really surprised me when I first started learning about this is that indoor air can often be more polluted than outdoor air. And that pollution doesn't always come from obvious things. That can come from cleaning products, it can come from furniture and building materials, also mold and moisture, stagnant air, electronic, EMS, even chronic stress. And it changes how we breathe and how deeply oxygen gets into the body. And the body is always responding to the environment, whether we're aware of it or not. So before I go any further, I want to actually show you what I'm talking about, because this is something I personally use. I'm holding it here. I'm going to hold it up for you. This here is the A9 Smart AirBarner Air by OlyLife. I'll just hold it up for a moment so you can see it properly. And what I like straight away is that it's simple, it's compact, and it doesn't feel like one of those big, loud industrial machines. It blends into your space, your treatment room, your bedroom, without actually feeling intrusive. So I've got it here in my office, in my bedroom at the moment. And you know how you feel when you're near the ocean, or you're waking up by a waterfall, or up in the mountains, or even just, after a storm. There's that really fresh, that calm feeling, like you can breathe more deeply without even thinking about it. That's not just a nice feeling, it's actually biological. Those environments are rich in something we call negative ions. And negative ions freshen the air, it neutralizes positively charged particles like dust and pollutants. It supports oxygen uptake and reduces that heavy, stagnant feeling that can build up indoors. They also gently support the nervous system, which is such a big piece of wellness that we often overlook. So this thing, the A9, is designed to bring more of that quality of air into indoor spaces. So it works by releasing high density of negative ions in the environment. There are no chemicals involved, no artificial fragrance, and no traditional filter system that needs constant replacing. And once it's on, it's really quiet and does its job in the background. And I really appreciate that, because wellness doesn't need to be loud or demanding. If I turn this slightly so you can see the control panel, you'll notice how simple it is. There's nothing complicated here. You can turn it on and off easily and adjust how you want to use it depending on your space, of course. Some people like to have it running consistently, especially in bedrooms, because it's so quiet and it actually helps support your sleep. Others use it more intentionally during the day in their workspaces and the studios or treatment rooms. I guess there's no strict rule. You simply just got to listen to your body and your environment and use it in a supportive way that feels supportive to you. Now, I want to pause here for a moment and talk about something I get asked quite a lot, especially by people who already use frequency devices, and that is how this works alongside things like PMF. And this is really important to understand because the Barmer Air and PMF don't do the same thing. They work on completely different layers. So PMF works directly with the body. It sends gentle electromagnetic pulses into the tissues to support cellular communication, oxygen delivery, and cellular energy. It's body focused and active, and it's something you intentionally lie on or have your feet on for a period of time, and it works directly with your cells and your nervous system. Now, this Barmer Air, on the other hand, doesn't work on the body at all. It works on the environment. It supports the air you're breathing by releasing negative ions into the space around you. So instead of stimulating the body, it supports the atmosphere the body is constantly responding to. And this is where they work beautifully together. Your body doesn't exist in isolation. Every cell, every breath, every nervous system response is constantly interacting with the environment you're in. Clean, iron-rich air supports, calmer breathing, better oxygen utilization, and it regulates the nervous system. And when that nervous system feels safer and more settled, the body is often more receptive to PMF and other body-based therapies. So you can think about it like this. The Barmer Air prepares the space and the PMF supports the body. One is passive and continuous and the other is active and targeted. One works quietly in the background and the other works directly with your system. Together they create a much more supportive environment for rest and that recovery, healing and overall well-being. So I love running the Barmer Air in the room while I am using PMF. I love having it on at night when I sleep because it means my body is breathing cleaner, lighter air while my cells are doing their repair and regeneration work. So it's not about doing more, it's about creating the right conditions. The inspiration behind this device comes from Barmer in China, which is known as the world's recognized longevity regions. People there are known to live really long and healthy lives, and researchers have studied this area because of its clean air, the mineral-rich environment, and that overall quality of life. The idea behind the Barmer Air is to bring some of those environmental quality into our modern living, so we're not disconnected from nature. So from a practical point of view, it's really quiet and works consistently. You don't have to monitor it, you don't have to clean the filters or constantly think about it. I think that's really important because wellness shouldn't feel like another task or, a task on your to-do list. This is something that supports you quietly while you live your life. And what I've noticed is that many people say when they come into my space, it's not something, dramatic or overwhelming. I usually get comments like, this room, it feels so nice. I feel like I can breathe more easily. And I've also heard there's something really calm about this space. So those comments tell me that the nervous system is responding. The body often actually senses changes in the environment before the mind actually tries to analyze it. I personally use the Balmer Air in my bedroom at night because I've noticed that it supports a deeper breathing and more, deeper restful sleep. And I also use it in my treatment space. And clients often comment on how calm and grounded the room feels even before we begin. And that's exactly what you want, a space that supports the body to soften and so it can relax and heal. So this can be really supportive for people who are sensitive to their environments, for those on a wellness journey or healing journey, or for anyone that wants better sleep, calmer spaces, or even a clearer focus. So it's suitable for families, for kids, elderly, and people working from home, for people having a studio, clinics, or treatment rooms. You don't have to be deeply into frequency or technology to benefit from this. It's really about supporting the environment you live in and breathe in rather than trying to fix yourself. We are electrical, we are energetic, biological beings. And our health isn't just about what we do, it's about what we're constantly responding to, like clean food, gentle movements, supportive thoughts and nervous system care, and supportive air working together. So this Balmer Air is one of those quiet supporters. It just works in the background and it helps your space feel more alive and more balanced and more breathable. So if you're curious to know more, you're always welcome to reach out and have a conversation. There's no pressure here, just awareness. And so thanks for being here with me today, taking the time, and I thank you for caring about your well-being from the inside out, of course. Thank you.